Tonight we report on a California man found mentally competent to stand trial and the changes taking place for Quincy Valley Medical Center. What's going on in sports, Bob?
The Mariners completed a 3-game sweep over the Angels last night. And new Washington State head basketball coach Ernie Kent says he's ready to go to work. Let's take a look at our Weather Center forecast.
And coming up here in the Weather Center, we're looking forward to a pretty nice weekend. A few sprinkles Saturday night, Sunday morning, but 70s are in the forecast. You'll have to stay tuned to find out when that will be.
I'm Alan Troop. Stay tuned for all of this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
A man accused of a shooting outside of a Moses Lake gas station in 2012 is going to trial. Grant County Superior Court Judge John Nodell found Freddie Golston, a 46-year-old California man, was competent to stand trial. The decision followed 2 mental health evaluations and a hearing, which have delayed the case for about a year. Golston is charged with attempted murder in the first degree, unlawful possession of a firearm in the first degree, drive-by shooting, and possession of half a pound of methamphetamine. A video surveillance camera spotted a dark SUV pull up to the gas station prior to the victim arriving. After the victim arrived, Golston allegedly hid behind the SUV and fired on the victim, hitting him in the arm and torso. He was arrested with another man while fleeing on State Route 17. Quincy Valley Medical Center is still looking to Live Nation for money to cover costs from unpaid medical bills and additional staff. Quincy Valley Medical Center officials spoke with the Grant County Commissioners and a representative from Live Nation Wednesday morning to talk about the strain on the Gorge Amphitheater places on the medical center. A representative from Live Nation wasn't able to provide the hospital officials any details about what the company might do to cover costs from concert goers, but said they are looking to expand first aid service at the campgrounds. The hospital's finance officer, Dean Taplett, said last year's concert resulted in roughly $100,000 in additional staffing costs and about $300,000 in unpaid bills. The hospital pinned a portion of its roughly $3 million debt to additional costs created by concert goers. Quincy Valley Medical Center officials are looking at constructing a new hospital despite being $3 million in debt. The hospital is moving forward with the study, but officials say they first want to pay off the roughly $3 million the hospital owes Grant County. Administrator Mehdi Merid said paying off the debt is the first goal before a new hospital can be built. To start determining the feasibility, they are using a $5,000 grant from the county's Strategic Infrastructure Program to study construction of a new building. The program uses a sales tax refund to pay for projects aimed at economic development. Hospital officials want a new building to provide services that are better fit for the community. The new hospital would focus on preventive care, diagnostic, and outpatient procedures. The 1161st Transportation Company of the Washington Army National Guard is hosting an open house on Saturday. The open house will go from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Armory at 426 A Street Southeast in Ephrata. Displays and equipment used by the unit will be provided for viewing, as well as an overview of the Guard's history, among other activities. A vehicle capabilities demonstration will be presented as guests get the opportunity to meet citizen soldiers. Now, let's take a look at people currently being sought out by the Grant County Sheriff's Office.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We will be back after this.
DQ $5 lunch. I'm really into it. One thing I can't decide. Is it chicken strips, fries, and a drink with a free sundae? Or do you get a sundae with free chicken strips, fries, and a drink? Trick question. Both answers are correct.
Exactly, Sam. It's Fanonomics. Entree, fries, drink, plus a sundae. The $5 lunch, only at your DQ. This is fan food, not fast food. Hey, how do you TDM?
Fish taco.
Chicken burrito. No. Chicken taco.
I want fire on my burrito. I want jalapenos. I want habanero sauce. I want it hot, hot, hot.
Rice, beans, lettuce, tomato, and that is it.
I like nachos. I like nachos.
2 pork tacos with creamy chipotle sauce, and make it a combo.
Love fish tacos.
Gotta be fresh, gotta be fast, gotta be to go, gotta get out of here.
Stop by today and TDM with our new creamy chipotle sauce.
Hi, everybody. Hope you enjoyed your Thursday. Meteorologist Don Morelli with you here on iFIBER Channel 1 News Weather and our forecast, of course, brought to you by your Bud Cleary Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. First off, let's skip ahead of Friday tomorrow and talk about the weekend. Everyone is excited about the weekend, I'm sure. Just a day away, but we're looking for not too bad of a weekend heading our way. Just a slight chance of a few showers. That'll be overnight tonight. That's not the weekend, of course, but Saturday night, Sunday morning. So most of the shower activity should be when we're sleeping. There you go. So that's why not too bad of a weekend. And again, not a chilly night tonight as what we woke up to this morning. Near freezing in many areas, if not the upper 20s. We'll add about 7, 8 degrees to that. Upper 30s, lower 40s to wake up to. And speaking of warmer temperatures, that's not a typo. Yeah, 70s coming our way. Oh, I'll show you when. At the end of the forecast when we see the 7-day. In the meantime, 61 and 32 the extremes today. Again, I talked about the little frosty start to the morning. We should be around the mid-30s, right about where we should be for the daytime high around that 60-degree mark this afternoon. And similarly, the temperature is really not too much different in Moses Lake, 60 and 32. But we do have a little moisture coming in overnight tonight. Possibility of a sprinkle, very, very light chance, about a 20, maybe 25, 30% chance. You can see by morning it all clears out. We get in that rain shadow and we see a nice afternoon. And then things look nice as we slide into the Saturday time frame. But notice Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, look at that big area of moisture coming in. Coastal plain looks pretty wet most of the day on Saturday. And that comes across Saturday night, Sunday morning. But by Sunday afternoon, things are really looking nice again. Statewide forecast, showers along the coast. Getting into preparation for the main slug of moisture coming in on Saturday. Inland Northwest, not too bad. Mid-50s with mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. A few sprinkles in the higher elevations possibly, in the northeastern section of the state especially. But as we zoom in into our area, again, after an overnight sprinkle, we'll clear it out to partly cloudy skies for the most part. Temperatures, again, right where we should be, near that 60-degree mark. Upper 50s, lower 60s, not much range with the thermometer for the daytime high. Let me show you the 7 days. I'll get out of the way one more time for you so you can enjoy the entire view. So a few showers, a possibility overnight tonight, and then again overnight Saturday night and Sunday morning. But after that, it looks nice, and I promised you some 70s. There you go. Do I hear it? A lot of people calling in sick maybe Tuesday and Wednesday for you bosses. If anybody calls in sick, I'd ask for a doctor's note. It's 74 and 71. So enjoy the weekend, folks, and enjoy your Friday. And keep it here because sports is coming up next.
Yeah, I don't know,
I
Coach T.
love it. It's March, baby. It's time for Toyota's sales event.
Yeah, you gotta let people know.
I don't know.
Oh, come on, Jan. Everybody loves a mascot.
Well, you try it, Coach.
Bring it on.
Get 0% APR financing for 60 months on 7 of your favorite Toyota models, like Camry or Prius. Plus, you'll get Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan.
This is some kind of deal here.
Toyota, let's go places.
Good food, cold beer, and plenty of entertainment. That's what Sporty Steakhouse is all about. Open 6 a.m. every day. We offer over 100 reasonably priced menu items with 24 different ice-cold beers on tap and a wide variety of spirits. Come in with your favorite group, watch the game on our big screen TV, shoot pool, play shuffleboard, and more. We have live music and DJs, so find us on Facebook for upcoming events. Located on East Broadway Avenue in Moses Lake. Sporty Steakhouse, where good friends meet.
Welcome back. I'm Bob Kirkpatrick with today's sports. The Seattle Mariners are off to a 3-0 start in the 2014 season. James Paxton pitched 7 innings of scoreless and 2-hit ball, and Robinson Cano drove in his first run for the Mariners last night in an 8-2 victory over the Los Angeles Angels. The win completes a 3-game sweep in the team's first series under new manager Lloyd McClendon. Mike Zunino, Justin Smoke, and Corey Hart all homered for Seattle. Paxton threw 99 pitches in his 5th big league start and struck out 9, including Josh Hamilton, all 3 times he faced him. The Angels' Hector Santiago was charged with 4 runs, 4 hits, and 3 walks in 5+ innings of work. New Washington State basketball coach Ernie Kent says his 4 years out of coaching has re-energized and re-educated him. Kent was introduced Wednesday as the 18th head basketball coach in the history of Washington State. He was fired by Oregon after the 2009-2010 season and has since worked as a television analyst. Kent says the time away from coaching amounted to a much-needed sabbatical. Athletic Director Bill Moose says Kent signed a 5-year contract that will pay him a guaranteed $1.4 million a year and is loaded with incentives. The contract includes a $2 million buyout, and there is also a pool of $650,000 to hire assistants. Kent replaced Ken Bone, who was fired after 5 seasons. Keith Price is the University of Washington's all-time leader in touchdown passes and is second in yards passing. So Washington's 3-year starting quarterback was more than a little shocked when he didn't receive an invitation to the NFL Combine. That made Price's pro day workout Wednesday before representatives of about 20 NFL teams, including Seattle Seahawks coach Pete Carroll, vitally important. Price was in the spotlight throughout the workout, but not far behind was former Washington running back Bishop Sankey, who was a standout at the Combine in February. Sankey went through individual drills that included catching passes from Price. Well, there are a few local sporting events going on in the Basin this weekend, so be sure and get out and support the teams if you have a chance. Moses Lake High School baseball hosts Stadium at Larson Field Friday. The Big Bend Lady Vikings softball team hosts Columbia Basin College Friday and Walla Walla College Saturday. The Ephrata Tigers host Othello and Seawack baseball doubleheader action Saturday morning, and Big Bend baseball hosts Spokane Saturday afternoon. Well, that's it for sports. We'll be right back after this.
Give your car the bath of a lifetime at Glass House Car and Dog Wash. Our personal attendants will focus on your vehicle's needs, and our new touchless technology guarantees the best wash possible. And as always, our tire scrubbers and rim spray will increase the life of your tires and leave them gleaming. Water spots don't fly here. We will hand dry your vehicle every time. Get in, get out, get clean at the Glass House Car and Dog Wash, located at 914 North Stratford Road in Moses Lake.
At High Mountain Hunting Supply, we have a saying that guides us. If we won't use it in the field, we won't sell it in the store. We take that seriously. Every gun, every rod, every bow that we sell is a product you can feel confident will help you land the biggest fish or harvest the biggest game. Our experts will help you find the right product for your needs. Come see us at 12238 North Frontage Road in Moses Lake or 223 North Mission in Wenatchee. High Mountain Hunting Supply, your source for hunting and fishing.
Our spotlight story tonight is about how Soap Lake artists are presented in an art show for Brent Blake in Moses Lake. Reporter Jeff Chu has the story.
It's billed as a delightful interpretation of Soap Lake, Grant County's quirky spa town. An art show dedicated to the late arts advocate Brent Blake will be featured May 2nd through June 13th at Moses Lake Museum and Arts Center. Kathy Kiefer, a well-known Soap Lake photographer and historian, is curating the project with Soap Lake artist Allison Gooding.
It's basically a group of artists whose work has been either influenced or inspired by the lake, by the landscape, which we all know is quite beautiful. This is the sort of entrance to the lower Grand Coulee, and also by the community. People who are inspired by this quirky nature of this community.
The show, called Side Stitched and In Between, Soap Lake Through the Lens and More, will feature the artwork of some 40 artists from Soap Lake and around the state.
Most of them are submitting a piece of work, either a painting, a sculpture, a photograph or any other number of things that's sort of part of the show.
A quilt by artists from school age and older will be auctioned off, with proceeds going to the Brent Blake Scholarship Fund at Big Bend Community College. Kiefer explained how the show's concept originated.
The show was originally going to be a collaboration with Brent Blake and I, and then Brent passed away in September of 2013. And so the museum wanted to proceed with the show, and the decision was made to make it a show about artists from the entire town, because Brent was really a supporter of the arts in our community, and his museum, or his gallery, Soap Lake Art Museum, was a place where a lot of artists came and showed their work, and Brent was a big supporter of artists' work, and so subsequently a lot of artists came to know this town, came to know Brent Blake, and we came to know them, as well as amongst our community there's quite a few. So the show sort of emerged from this joint concept, so to being Brent and Kathy to the whole community, and the community of artists who associate with Soap Lake.
Kiefer showed the promotional poster created by Allison Gooding, plus t-shirts designed with old newspaper ads. Kiefer talked about the community quilt in progress.
The community quilt was a project we were just going to add to the show, have a quilt that members of the community could contribute squares to. We connected with Big Bend Community College, and they graciously came and met us here at Cougar Liquor, and we organized and structured a scholarship fund in honor of Brent Blake.
Kiefer stressed the importance of the show to Soap Lake.
This is a big deal for this town, because here, we are this little quirky, small community in the largeness of Grant County, and we're being able to have this large show in Moses Lake at the beautiful, and I mean really truly beautiful, Moses Lake Museum and Art Center.
I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
We will be right back after this.
Hello, my name is Cheryl Kono. I am your local Ephrata Farmers Insurance Agent. Here at Cheryl Kono Insurance Agency, our customers always come first. We don't just work here, we live here. Please stop by the office, call, email, or Facebook me for a free auto, home, life, business, or farm and ranch quote today. We are insurance. We are farmers. Come in for a free quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
In Northwest News, as college education becomes more expensive, it must make parents happy when their children pitch in. King 5 reporter Heather Graff shows us one student helping pay in an unusual manner.
There is no exact recipe for raising a child.
We're making a vegan chocolate cupcakes.
But watching Rachel Lingenbrink work, we can't help but think her parents had the right ingredients.
One of my ideas for my future would be to own my own bakery, like a storefront.
Since she can't exactly buy a building at age 17, this senior at Newport High School borrows a commercial kitchen from a neighbor.
About 8 minutes.
Who happens to own a catering company.
Yeah, I do babysitting for the ability to rent their kitchen from them.
That was step one in creating her very own online bakery.
Shinebakery.com. I was an official business on, I think, the 7th of February.
An idea that Rachel cooked up.
Oh, I love baking.
Over a mixer and a batch of homemade icing.
But everyone enjoys cupcakes on their birthdays, so I'm hoping that that'll get me some customers.
And the money she brings in will be spent not as a typical teenager might do.
Yep.
Instead, everything that comes out of the oven will pay for Rachel's college education.
She's been our saver. And our other daughter's been our spender.
Proud parents turned professional taste testers.
We're spoiled. Spoiled rotten.
Who know There are no rules in Rachel's kitchen.
Just kind of combine all my favorite elements, like the thickness, the richness, stuff like that.
No exact recipe for this young entrepreneur.
Sometimes I miscount and give a customer more.
Yet somehow,
a little extra's not so bad.
It all turns out just right.
Yay.
Governor Jay Inslee has signed a bill to create a state veterans home in Walla Walla. The new home will serve 10 counties with a combined population of more than 50,000 veterans and families. State Senator Mike Hewitt says it will provide 93 permanent jobs. The bill authorizes the State Department of Veteran Affairs to operate the 80-bed skilled nursing facility, providing long-term care for veterans' families and parents whose children died while serving in the armed forces. Once federal funds are secured for construction, the Walla Walla facility will join the other 3 state homes for veterans in Orting, Retzel, and Spokane. You'll need a few dozen pounds of peanut butter if you want to build one of the biggest PB&J sandwiches ever made. And who better to eat it than a group of kids? For CNN, Christian De La Rosa reports.
51 feet, 6 inches. This may very well be the longest peanut butter and jelly sandwich ever.
It's awesome!
It took 17 jars of jelly, 25 2-foot-long loaves of bread, and 60 pounds of peanut butter.
It was a little salty!
Students from Escondido Charter School devoured it.
Well, tastes like victory.
Self-proclaimed PBJ expert Matthew Weathersby came up with the idea to mark the National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day.
By the time the average American reaches the age of 18 and graduates high school, they would have consumed over 1,500 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
There's been the heaviest peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Dennis Snyder with the school says getting to set this messy world record isn't just
awesome.
Built that team camaraderie and expectation.
The kids eventually had enough, but there was still plenty left.
Take it, please.
So I wanted to help.
This goes especially well over vanilla ice cream, Greek yogurt, or an oatmeal.
And that's going to do it for us here at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.